If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, what does Westminster Abbey have to do with your sales process and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live from London, England, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business. Fantastic day to talk about you. I'm out here in London, and one of the things that we did was we took a tour, we being my mom and I, we took a tour of Westminster Abbey, and we were talking to some of the docents, the people here that take care of the grounds, and some of the priests, some of the clergy here at this building, and we were asking what did it take to get buried here. And so they said, hey, what you need to know is you paid by the square foot or the king bought you a plot. And you're like, hey Scott, what does this have to do with sales and business? I'm gonna say everything, because this is one of the ways that the king raised money after the building was made. What they did was they sold plots. Now, this is where it gets interesting. They used a good, better, best scenario. And so hear me out, hear this out. If you were buried on the ground, right, on the floor, they took the marbles, they placed them over the top of you and made a sarcophagus, that was good. Better was in the wall, right? Like if you had a really cool place in the wall, you're like, oh, okay, we kind of made it now. Best of all was this, they built you your own room. Hey Scott, what are you telling me that since like 1100 AD, they've been using a good, better, best scenario and I didn't invent it? You're absolutely right. I did not invent the good, better, best scenario. Neither did you. Neither did any of the old sales legends from the 1950s. This has been around for at least 800 years, 900 years, that this scenario, this scheme as they call it here in London, that's what they would call it. They wouldn't call it a scenario, has been around. And so for you, sometimes it's like, hey, it's just refreshing to understand that like, hey, this has been okay for 900 years. It's still okay today. Now here's the thing. What you should do is join my email publication. Go to this URL, type it in, and I will send you email publications, right? I'll send you emails. You don't want emails? Don't sign up. You do want emails, so you should sign up, right? So if you're talking to one of your new salespeople and they're like, hey, I don't necessarily know that I like this good, better, best scenario, you could go, hey, like, look, we got Westminster Abbey, and they used it since 1100-ish AD to make this happen, so why can't you? So start thinking in terms of, okay, we got the ground floor level, we got the wall, and we got the baller status. The baller status is where they build you a room, right? So you take this tour. It takes about an hour, it takes about 90 minutes for you to go through and take a look at everything. It's absolutely fascinating. And here's the thing, for an extra £5, you could go up on the second floor, and there is a draft of the 1300 Magna Carta, there is clothing, but nobody tells you that. It's just kind of like, oh, by the way, for £5 extra, right? So even here, and even across the street at the House of Parliament, there's all sorts of additions that you can do. You can start with, it's a menu model. So if you're like, oh, Scott, good, better, best scenario is not good enough for me. Okay, let's go menu model. Menu model is this. Okay, we could do the original ticket, which is £30. We could do a $5 add-on for you to get to the second floor. We could do a $10 add-on to have you have a personal person walk you around in a group. And for £500, you could do it private when nobody's around, right? So start thinking in terms of what can I do to build out my good, better, best scenario, and then above and beyond that, have a straight baller option. So if it's like $1, $10, $100, what's your $1,000 secret hidden menu item? You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three, find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you gotta do. Share this video with a friend.